Now, please, let me advise you. As a young man, as a young woman, grow large in your spirit. Grow very large. Give yourself to fasting. Give yourself to prayer now.
250. And about half of that number left. It happened 6 times. Every possible thing that can amount to sufficient discouragement to puncture your confidence will happen. After the 6th time, one of our people went with her friend to somewhere to pray. And when she got there, she saw that the place was, she thought it was a church, but she realized it was a spiritual house. So she couldn't escape again because she was already there. And then when she looked closely, she saw one of my posters nailed on the man's altar. And it was said concerning that man that if he shoots his arrow at you, he has precision. The technology of precision is built into the efficacy of his arrow. So when that lady came out of that place, she ran to my house and began to cry. I said, oh, but you are still young. Because everyone that guy struck did not survive it. So it means obviously I've constituted a nuisance to somebody enough for the person to bring my case to this guy that destroys people. Do you know that battle lasted for 7 years? John the Baptist was what? A burning and a shining light. I need to tell you something. The agents of darkness are very consistent. You might pray and say, oh, the alignment of my backbone has just shifted. Witches keep time. They observe cycles, seasons. They understand the circuitries of stars. And how to use nature that they claim is their temple to fight you. So, in my deployment, I was deployed to a place where you had to be a real follower of Jesus in order for you to continue in ministry. There are places that you can go to and you can be fake and still get by. And a few people still want to hear what you're saying. But I was deployed to a place where you had to be a raging flame. A raging flame. I remember I went to preach in a place close to Abuja called Gwagwalada in Nigeria. And when I got there, I never knew that place was so infested with witchcraft. And as I was praying for people that were being delivered, these witches went to my house in Makodi and stabbed my wife. Yeah. She fought with the beast. And the battle was inconclusive. 30 minutes after that fight, she called me and said, how did the fight? I was praying, fasting, praying. And a woman came out of the wall and said, you can't do this here. You can't do this here. And he now told my wife, these are the wishes of so and so. He called the woman's name. And he went back into the wall again. It was after that episode my wife went to sleep. And she fought a beast with 4 horns. She removed 3 of the horns. And before she could remove the 4th horn, she woke up. So it was inconclusive. 30 minutes after that encounter, then I had 2 children. I felt it was enough. She said, we need 1 more according to the Lord. I said, I've not seen it. I've not seen that one. I've seen 2. Then some senior men of God in Nigeria began to call me and say, hey, you are not designed by God to have 2 children. And I'm talking about people that you need to have a good reason to say no to them. So we now said, all right, after 8 years of concluding the issue of children, we were open to welcoming a new child, and she was pregnant. 30 minutes after the fight, she had a miscarriage. And I was still on the field of crusade. You drive your car, you are driving well, you just drive. Then a car with a container misses you inches, just inches. Is it English you will speak under such circumstances? Oh, you must have seen my car on Facebook. How a tanker having 40,000 liters of petrol, the brake failed. He used my car as wage. My daughter was there. My wife was there. Philip was there. We're 5 in the car. Plus my daughter 6. How the truck did not run over us was because we had luggage at the back. He couldn't press it. The luggage was the wage that kept it. That is the explanation of what happened from the perspective of physics. The angelic perspective is another thing altogether. I left that accident. We just got one car, paid, and it took us. That's my trip to London. That's how I came to London. My car was bashed.